Welcome to module number 6, consumer shows. So at the consumer shows, this is where consumers are paying for parking, they're paying to come in the venue, and they're armed and dangerous with credit card in pocket. So when you go to a consumer show, you have the banner that we talked about in the earlier module, branding, where you literally put the banner and you hang it up on the back wall. So when people walk by, they'll see your product from the large format digital media. They'll know what it does. They'll see the bullet points. They'll recognize the problem that they have and that your product is related to it. They'll walk closer to your booth to have a little closer look at the banner or the product you have. So you got the banner, you got the fold-up table that folds out, and it's got a nice little skirt on it, and you got it from Costco or Walmart. It's easy to get. And now you have your products there. And now you're actually engaging with real people. And I love consumer shows because this is the perfect testing grounds to prove the salability of your products and to develop the pitch itself, okay? So when you're there with your product or you're there to present your service, you're literally seeing consumers walk past you. And you'll say, there she is. Ma'am, can I show you how it works? Sir, have you got your free one yet? The only thing you need to pay is attention. And you're literally calling people in and asking if you can show them your product. And here's the funny part. If it's a pet show and you ask them if they're interested in pets, it's a loaded question. If it's a cooking show and you're asking if they're interested in cooking, it's a loaded question. Can I show you my cooking product? Of course they're gonna say yes. So they'll come in, and typically at a consumer show, you'll present the problem, right? We always have problems with this, right? Has this ever happened to you? And people will typically smile or nod or just continue watching. But then you basically say, of course it does. It happens to us, and this is a pain in the kitchen. But look, with this particular product, it does this and that and solves the problem. And they see it in real time, and they're like, wow, that looks really great. Here's the secret. There's always got to be a secret. You can talk about the material. You can talk about the process it was to make it, why it's special, why it solves a particular problem. And again, it'll typically have a magical transformation when you're presenting it, and people will see that. And then there's got to be the irresistible offer, right? You know, you're expected to pay this, other products sell for that. Act today, forget about those prices, here it is. Or you can say, it regularly sells online for this price on your website, but if you get it here today, we're going to give you this special price. Or we're going to include, these 6 steak knives for the next 8 people. If you like the steak knives, folks, you don't want to be number 9. You want to encourage them to act right now. But at that consumer show, that's where the rubber hits the road. If you're making money at that particular consumer show, you can have a grin from ear to ear knowing that you can quit your day job and that retirement isn't far away. Because with success there, you can have distributors, which I'm going to get into in a new module here. You can have distributors across the world distributing your product. You can put the product online. You can put it on television. You can do mass distribution to the major retailers. If you have success there, and you're likely to, it's the best place for you to get success or for you to create success. That's where the rubber hits the road. So when it comes to the consumer shows, I do want to say that number 1, that's where you prove your salability, as we've just talked about. But number 2, if you ever did want to quit your day job, these consumer shows certainly are designed to earn enough revenues so that you can quit your day job. And again, they're nice because if you think about purchasing a franchise, for example, if you wanted to get into business for yourself, you got to commit to a 5-year lease, thousands of dollars per month, a personal guarantee. You might be going home smelling like pizza every single day. If you don't like your neighbors, you don't like your parking spot, tough, you're stuck there. But for these consumer shows, they're always exciting to be at. I love going to the RV shows and seeing these fantastic rigs. I love going to the consumer shows or seeing the pet shows. There's always something cool at these shows, right? It's an event. Everybody's happy to be there. And if you happen to have a neighbor that's a little bit grumpy, don't worry. It's only a 3-day show, and you don't have to worry about seeing him until next year. And you can get a different booth next year, so you don't have to see him at all. So consumer shows are great. And again, if you're only working 3 days of the week, of the 7-day week, then you have yourself really a full-time income with a part-time commitment. So consumer shows, definitely incorporate that into your business model. Even if you're more introverted rather than extroverted, you don't like being in front of people, there's good revenues there. So as long as you have the means to go there and prove the salability and develop your pitch, then you can hire salespeople to come in and do it. It's a very fun industry, and you can just manage these people from your office if that's what you prefer to do. But definitely take advantage of trade shows.